look at that. We're looking official. Hey guys, good morning and welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Eddie. So today we are up to the valve covers, and I was gonna go ahead and just replace those little spark plug tube seals, but for the Nissans, come to find out, you can't change them. Yeah, thank you Nissan for that. Instead, you have to buy a whole new valve cover, and that is a lot of money that I am not looking to spend right now. So the thing is, a lot of the aftermarket ones that are available are not good quality because I ain't getting the OEM one. So that brings us here to this very moment. As you just saw this morning, I took a few measurements. I headed to my AutoZone as well, see what they had in stock, and they didn't have nothing in stock. So what I was gonna do was press out, heat up the plastic and press out those tube seals, but yeah, they didn't have it in stock, and I want to get this done today. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go to my second alternative that may work. I'm not entirely sure right now, but I'll definitely make a follow-up video. I'm gonna go ahead and clean the inside of the tool beam and RTV it, and that should be able to work. All right guys, so let's head inside now, clean up the area for the valve cover. So let's continue with the 350Z restoration / build. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, join the vlogs, join the build, you know, let's have a good time together. And definitely, if you find this video helpful in any way, definitely give it a big thumbs up. But yeah guys, let's head inside. Alright guys, so just to touch bases on what I did last night, I went ahead and cleaned up the intakes. They came out beautiful, like look at that. And I'll just show you guys a quick before and after and show you what I did last night, because man, Purple Power works, but you also need to sand it down a little bit to get the baked on oil, like pretty crazy. But yeah guys, last night I went ahead, cleaned up the intakes, that way it could flow a lot better, and she's clean. She is clean as a whistle. So now I'm gonna tackle the valve covers. In case you are interested, if you see your plenum looking like mine, take a look at that. Damn, so I'm about to take this inside just to clean it up, and look at all this oil in the intake. What? And this is why we got the catch cleaner. This is just the first round. Still dirty inside. But yep. Haha, do you guys see the progress? It's coming along real good. Still got some in there, but look at this skunk in here. Alright, better with the lighting. Alright. Take a look at that guys, that is nasty. And slowing us down as well. The front is okay, because at one point I did clean it out, but what's happening was my car would start and then it would turn off, and that was because this was clogged here. So I just sprayed it down, cleaned it up, I was able to start my car, and it was good to go. Okay. And there goes that sludge buildup right there. Yeah, we're gonna take care of that too. First order of business is letting it sit for about 5 minutes with some good old Purple Power. Alright guys, here's step 1. Looking good over here. But this oil residue doesn't want to come off that easy, so we gotta hit it again. Alright, yeah, so there you have it. That's what was done last night. Yes, it was another late night. I am trying to finish this project so I can get her on the road and enjoy her, because man, I do miss her. I really do. I got my oil pan in. Oh yes. And this beauty right here, I have my new oil pan and I'm so ecstatic because my previous one was rusted, let me tell you. And then over here we have my Z1 motor mounts, and boy am I excited to put those on. The enjoyment of having those motor mounts on the car is going to be so satisfying. So, but without further ado guys, let's get to work. Alright guys, so just so you can see, we're going to focus on the inside over here, and this is where we're going to put the RTV. So the RTV is going to go in here in this gap on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and RTV it nice and neat because like I said, this diameter is pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot it up in here just a little bit, let it sit for about 5 minutes and then rinse it off. So safety first guys, chemical gloves, chemical mask, and then you're good to go. And of course I'll just put a link in the description below in case you are interested. So now I'm just gonna set my timer. Alright, so now my timer is set. I just have to wait 5 minutes and then I'll go ahead and clean it up. What you just saw me do right now with the actual scrub was dilute the product that was around on the outside, because you don't really want to put this on plastic, it'll fade it away, it's that strong. But the inside, who really cares? Nobody's gonna see that. So what I did was I just diluted it with a wet little sponge and protect the plastic itself. So let's let that sit for a few moments, then we'll come back, rinse it off, and take it from there. Guys, now I'm rinsing it out. Alright guys, so now look at that. We are beautiful, nice and dry. I'm gonna go ahead right now and hit it with some RV, nice and neat all the way around. Trick is you could get a little spoon, put it on the edge, make sure it's like a sharp one, or get a butter knife. That way you can stick it into the tissue and then you go ahead and put it inside. Let me show you guys real quick. And there you go. And you can just work your way all the way around the inside. Alright guys, so let's begin with Exhibit A. So we're gonna go ahead and fill in the other gap. I just finished doing this one right here, if you can see that on camera. Okay, that's one. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other two now, that way you guys can see how it's done. It's pretty straightforward here. Alright guys, so right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to smooth it out. That way I could embed it on the inside. I just did one so you guys can see it here. Let's see. So that's one right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the other two. So right now, just grab a spare pen or toothbrush, whatever you have. That we can go ahead and embed it around the corners, nice and neat. Well, not that neat, but it's functional. Nobody's actually gonna ever see here. So yeah, just use a pencil or a pen or even a toothbrush. Alright guys, right now what I'm doing is just cleaning up the inside of it. The inside of the seal. I'll show you guys in a minute. Alright guys, so we're now sitting nice and neat. And on the underside, I basically just went with my finger around the circle to clean it up. And yeah, we're pretty much good to go. So let's install this on the car, and if all works out, we'll be good to go. Now we can't forget about the second one. for making a mess tonight. Alright guys, so we're now done with this part. It's messy. You're gonna have to have a lot of tissue, but also know that don't go crazy spending a lot of time on one, because by the time I was finished with this job, look at that, practically none left. And lucky for me, I was able to make this work for all of them, all 6 of them. But just so you know, in case you're trying to be like Mr. Perfect or have OCD, yeah, use it little by little. Don't go crazy spending too much time on one trying to perfect it, because at the end of the day, nobody's gonna see this part, but it's gonna be functional. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up here, and then we'll go install it in the car. And bam, just like that, we're in the garage. So guys, right now, just jacked up the car. I'm gonna go ahead and put the oil pan first, finish up everything in the bottom, and then when I finish there, we can move on to the top and finally do the valve covers, put everything together. And yeah, I think I should finally have it on the road today. I don't see why not. I was gonna actually paint the plenum, but I just want to make sure everything works before I move forward with that, because I don't want to waste another day of it drying. And yeah, I'll just revisit the plenum painting later on, because right now I just want to get on the road. But I'm also antsy because I want to finish this job. It's been 1 or 2 days, yeah, something like that. Anyway guys, let's finish up. Let's do the oil pan. Let's slap her back on, put on an oil filter, and yeah, we'll take it from there. So also, aside from me having these old bolts that have a bunch of oil and rusted and are all corroded, if you guys can see it there, I also went ahead and got some new bolts. And thank you Z1, because when I ordered the motor mounts, I got this free little magnetic drain plug. So in case we have any more metal shavings, it'll definitely catch it on there. But yeah, we got some new bolts to go with our new oil pan, because as you saw before, this one is all rusted out. There's no holes, but still, I'm not gonna put that back on my car. So let's install the new oil pan with a new filter. Everything's cleaned up, so we're good to go. Remember guys, you want a nice dry surface. Ooh, how much better that looks. That looks so much more nicer. Oh, that's gonna look so sweet. Way better than before. We're good to go. Fits nice and flush. I like the fitment. Okay. Well, with the exception of this bolt right here. Let's see how that's gonna work out. But everything else looks pretty good. Alright, let's try to install her. Alright guys, so I always like to have 2 bolts on there. Let's see if you can see it. I always like to have 2 bolts, one on each end. That way it can serve as a guide for the gasket when I'm putting it up. So let's see here. This one's gonna go here. Nice and easy. Okay, that's one. Let's get over here and do the other one. Alright guys, so that's just a little tip for you guys right there. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and bolt this up a little bit, put on the rest of the bolts, and we should be good to go. Does that not look pretty, or does it look pretty? Hey, at least we know our little magnet drain plug is working. Let's put these nice fancy bolts on. Alright guys, so while that does look pretty, I will be honest, I need about 10 of them. Unfortunately, the pack only comes with 8. So I thought it may need only 8, and I grabbed it as a last minute thing when I was getting my oil for the car. But now I gotta run back to AutoZone and pick up another pack, so I'll be right back. So I just got off the phone with my local AutoZone. They didn't have it. I gotta travel a little farther to another auto zone to pick it up there. And the thing is, they only have 6 in a pack, so yeah, that's fine. I'll be able to use that. All right, guys, so we're back. I got the bolts. We're good to go. Let's go ahead and put the remaining ones on and torque them down to spec. Alright guys, so the way I like to do it, I like to start from the middle and work my way out. That way when the gasket sits, it can basically fold to the outside. So let me grab my torque wrench. That was good. Two. 3. Right, look at that. Ooh, she looks so clean. Oh, I'm so in love with this, guys. You don't even know. But we're also going to change out this right here. So let's unbolt this right now and switch it out. Then we'll go ahead and put on our oil filter, our OEM one. I have a few inside that I got at a discount. I got about 6 for like $32 off of Amazon or eBay. I'll put the link in the description below so you guys can check it out. But it was a pack of 6 OEM. I was like, hey, let me grab that. And thankfully this filter works for both my Murano, my Nissan Murano, and my beautiful 350z. So I've got into luck right there. Oh guys, one more thing is, alright guys, so one thing I would suggest, because now that the gasket is settling here, is that after a while, just go ahead and retorque everything once more, and you'll see that the original torque that you put on was not the same. So as the gasket settles, retorque it after maybe like 15-20 minutes. But let's go ahead and change this out here. Okay, let's take this ugly one off, this plain Jane over here. Okay, let's put that right there. Sit down nice and neat. And ooh, look at that. And what I love most, if you guys know me well, I like to torque everything down to spec, and of course beautiful Z1 put the torque spec right on the drain plug. So I am one happy camper right now. If I could just put this in without it like grabbing everywhere. Alright, good. Boys, we now got swag. Hey. Alright, so check it out. We got our nice oil filter in. Nissan genuine filter. Alright guys, so one thing, every time you put on an oil filter, always make sure you put new oil around the ring, because when you're tightening it, you definitely do not want this to break at all. Just a little light coating like this and you'll be good to go. Now we can get under and put it in. But what the oil does, it allows you to tighten it without breaking the seal. If you did it, trust me, you'll have problems eventually. Or may not, but good rule of thumb. Hey, look at that, we're looking official. Clean that off. She looks clean. She got style, but she also got OEM. Nice. Take a look at this, guys. Guys, so now that we're done underneath the car, we have the new drain pan installed. Everything is torqued down to specs, both the drain plug and the surrounding bolts. We have the new OEM oil filter, and we also cleaned up this part. I don't know if you guys saw it in the last clip, but it was extremely dirty. Now it's a lot better. And okay, I forgot to do that side right there. So yeah, this is a before and after. I mean, the rust is still there, but for now it's definitely a lot better than before. And as you can see right there, yeah, I still have to do that little area. So let me hit that and then we'll drop the car and hit the valve covers and take it from there. All right guys, so here we are back at the engine bay. What you're gonna wanna do is just clean up the area. See how there's like gunk all the way around? Just grab a tissue and make sure you push it outward because you don't want this going into the engine. So sweep to the front, but up. You see how it's coming along? Just keep doing that all the way around and then you'll be good to go. Just grab some brake cleaner if you could, put it on the tissue and wipe it around once more. Alright guys, so once you get over here, just go ahead and put a little tissue once you're cleaning this one off, because look, it's inevitable that the dirt is going to fall down. So by you having a tissue there, you could pick up the tissue and just throw it out. But yeah, just a little tip for this side over here in the front of the engine. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this little piece off right here. Boom. Because it needs to be cleaned out. Alright, and tell me that little investment of time was not worth it. It looks so much better now. Look at that. I'm liking that. Alright guys, so just in case you're wondering and you're trying to figure out which valve cover gasket goes which, the tab that goes to the driver's side actually goes on this side. So the tab goes to the outer sides. So if you can see this here, this is my tab and this is the way it's going to sit. Just flip it over and that's the way it's going to fit, just like that. But now let's go ahead, install it finally, and take care of business. Ah, this radiator hose, gotta love it.
Nuevo proyecto.
Yep.
Poniendo juntas nuevas y todo eso.
Not for nothing, one thing I wish I could find easily are these right here, because these are nasty. Ugh, I hate looking at them. So the ugly ones are gonna go on the inside and the pretty ones wherever they at, or the few good ones, exhibit A compared to exhibit B, are gonna go on the outside. So let's do some separation. Well, up there. Alright guys, so we now have all our screws in, we're good to go, but there is a tightening sequence. So I'm just gonna go ahead and follow this. I'll do a little pop-up so you guys can see it for yourself in case you need it. But basically we're gonna do 26 foot-pounds and then tighten it to 82 foot-pounds. Thankfully, because of the oil pan and a few other things, I bought myself a little 1/4 inch-pound torque wrench. And let me tell you, it's coming in handy right now. So let's get to it. So this is number one. And this just don't work. I don't know, that's way over tight. So, I guess Harbor Freight failed me on this one because it doesn't go for 20. 30 works better than 20 inch-pounds. Yeah, when I put it at 20, it was just tightening it all the way. I could have broke the bowl in there. But, alright guys, I got it to about 30, which is 3 inches-pounds more. It's not going to kill anything. I'm going to go ahead and torque it down to spec all the way around. And, yeah, take it from there. But this I'm definitely returning, and I'm getting a much better one than this because I like my lower settings to be available to me when I need it. Harbor Freight, no good. What the f***, man? Alright guys, so what I ended up doing is I brought it up even a little more. I brought it up to 35, what is that? 37 foot-pounds, 37 inch-pounds. So I started clicking, and it clicked, it worked. So hey, it was consistent with all of them. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the second torque that needs to be done, and that should finalize this side finally. These little toys, I swear. You could love them or you can hate them, but let's bring it up now to what we need. A request for 82 inch-pounds. All right, that's good, because my other torque wrench goes 5 foot-pounds, so if my conversion is correct, that's just about the same ballpark. All right, cool. So let's do 82 foot-pounds now. So for higher torque settings, it works a lot better, but for low torque settings, no good. Alright guys, so not being satisfied with the way that torque just went, my 3/8 torque wrench, this one goes down to 5 foot-pounds. So based on the conversions online, 7 foot-pounds equals 84 inch-pounds. Because this one right here works. I know for sure it works. But this one from Harbor Freight, it's crappy. So like I said, not being satisfied with the way it was torqued, I then went ahead and just torqued the first settings to 40 foot-pounds using this crappy one. But to do the final torque, I'm going to use my 3/8 and torque them all down. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of all ages, good luck doing that side, because it is a tricky one of the two. So I had to shimmy my way in, and then to get to these back bolts that's back there. Yep, can you see them? No, but yeah, they are some tricky ones. Luckily I was able to make it work, kind of like the same way I took it off. But what you're going to want to do is the only tip that I could probably share with you guys, because honestly maneuvering this into place, it's tricky, but it can be done obviously. But what I would say is definitely use a 1/4 extension and also a 10mm from the 1/4. It'll allow you a lot of space to get in where you need, and for the back just add this little adapter, this universal joint, and you'll be good to go. But yeah guys, finally installed, we're good to go. Alright guys, so this is step 2 in order to fix your leaky valve cover, spark plug tube seals. Alright guys, so I couldn't record this part because the battery died, so right now it's charging. However, I went ahead and just put some RTV. Yes, step 1 was basically filling the tube area up inside, as you guys saw before. That way when we go to step 2, which is this one, we don't have to worry about the RTV spilling over and creating a pocket later down the line. So that's why we filled it up on the inside of the spark plug tube seal. So before you do this area, just make sure you clean it up real quick. So basically you're mating both these surfaces right here. You're putting RTV from the tube seal up into the valve cover as well, closing off that entire gap. So yes, you could get an OEM replacement or an aftermarket one, and trust me, those aftermarket ones really don't work for everybody. So yeah, this is the next best alternative. It's totally optional, do as you please, but this will work and last you a long time, probably longer than your valve cover gasket. So yeah guys, this is part 2. Hope you guys enjoy, and then you won't have no oil going down into the pocket. Alright guys, so let's get back to the regular programming. The camera should be done shortly, and I'll see you there. I do have some new spark plugs, you know what I'm saying? And they are ready to go in. And cut. Anyway guys, so right now I was just editing the video. I took a small break, got a few snacks, came back and decided that it'll be best to cut this video short and break it up in segments. Why, you may ask? Is because if not, this video will be extremely long. Oh yeah, by the way, these are my new blue light glasses. Yeah, they protect the eyes, you know, when you're on the computer for quite some time. And as you guys know, I work on a laptop all day. So anyway, long story short, that's not what this is about. So I want my videos to be searchable for you guys whenever you want to circle back to my channel and, you know, see what you actually need help with. So say if you need to see a 350Z valve cover gasket, or, you know, 350Z spark plugs, etc., my channel will be able to give you that video and show you what I did during the build. Because right now, editing this video, I did the spark plugs, the valve cover gaskets, the plenum, the oil pan, installing what else did I do? An oil filter. It was just way too much for a video. So chatting with you guys, we all agreed that honestly, it'll be best if I just cut the video and then continue it in another video. So this one here is basically how to properly install a Nissan 350Z valve cover gasket, or valve cover in general, and how to install an oil pan correctly. Leo, go up. Come up. But alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you found it helpful, definitely give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, of course, that goes without saying, consider subscribing. Just hit that little red subscribe button there. Alright guys, and after talking with you guys, what we're gonna do is, right after the motor series finishes, we're gonna go ahead and just cut a few scenes together and post those videos up. So I know if you've been following my build series, you know they've been scattered throughout a few videos because everything is in sequence from like day 1 to day whatever. But every video has been in sequence, and I've been taking down stuff little by little and putting stuff back little by little. So with the new videos that I'm gonna release, is gonna show cuts of different videos all into one. So say if you want to remove your plenum, your upper and your lower, I'm gonna have a full video on how to take it down from the intake system, the throttle body to the plenum, and then how to put it all back together. And the way I'm gonna do that is, like I said, I'm gonna be cutting from different videos, different timelines. That way when you guys search it in the future and you need a reference point, it'll be there for you. I know it sounds a little weird right now, but yeah, we all agreed on IG at SimplyEddieG. Not to plug so hard, but you know, that's where we really talk at daily. So guys, if anything, just follow me there. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below and shoot me a DM if anything. So guys, that's that. I said my piece. Hope you guys enjoyed this video like I said, and you smash that subscribe button. And of course, if you're already on this channel and you're already subscribed, thank you so much for the ongoing support. So now let's get this video out to you guys. And like always, think for the future, enjoy your present, and don't focus too much on the past. Peace.